Homework 1118, write down this work and the words to show me that you're listening. All right, here we go. For this elimination method, I want to get X and Y all on one side. That's called standard form. Different than slope-intercept form when Y is all by itself. Slope-intercept form is used for graphing. Standard form is used for this elimination method. So once they're stacked up where the X's and Y's are lined up, I'm going to just combine those together and look for one of my variables to eliminate. For this, since the Y's are opposite, they cancel. Bring down 3x, bring down 7 plus 2, 9. At that point, divide by 3, and you'll be halfway there. You'll have your x coordinate. Know to put that in the right spot. That is the x number, not the y number. So when I do my plug-in to find y, don't plug that in for y, plug it in for x. And then please use this bottom one here because it has you solve for a positive y, which for some people is way easier. So if I plug in that red x right there, because I know x is 3, into that bottom equation will give me 6 plus y equals 7. And then take away 6 right there will give me the y coordinate. Looks like y equals 1 for this one. I would have got this same answer by graphing. I promise you they would have intersected at 3, 1. I would have got the same answer if I would have took that top equation, solved it for x by adding y to both sides and plugging that right in there as substitution. I would have got that same answer. All right, second word is dolphin. Dolphin. All right, for this one, they want you to rearrange it before you stack it, knowing that you need these in standard form, x and y together. So for this one, I'm going to look at this 1x right here and do the opposite, minus 1x to both sides of my equation here. If I do that, these will cancel, and that will be written as, instead of writing as negative 1x plus y, we're just going to write that minus x plus y equal to 9. And even though that looks drastically different, it is the same. They are equivalent, just rearranged algebraically. They are the same equation, just rearranged. And then for those of you listening, once you do that, please take the time to rewrite both of them so you're not confusing yourself. After rearranging that bottom one, I'm taking the time to somewhere on my paper rewrite both of them again. So when I add these up, for this one, the x's cancel, and I'm left with 3 of those y's. Divide by 3 will give me y is 4. Know that that is only half your answer. To find the x number, I'm going to plug in 4 for x into either of these. It looks like that bottom equation is way easier. When I plug in 4 right here, I could easily, in just one step, not even an inverse operation step, add that up to get that. I'm sorry, that is the, you could see my mistake right there. I plugged in that 4 in the x location. Look at that. Don't do that. Take this 4 and put it where y is. Don't make my mistake. Don't plug that in. This is the y number. Plug it in here or plug it in here. You could see my mistake was I plugged it in for x. So if I do it the right way and plug that number in for y, it goes right here, equal to 3. That will give me x plus 8 equals 3. Take away 8 will give me my x number, which is negative 5. And again, remember, these are solutions. If I plugged in negative 5 here and I plugged in 4 here. Negative 5 plus 8 is 3. That one will work. If I was to plug in 4 here and negative 5 here, that will give me 4 equals 4. That one will work also. All right, so that coordinate for the last one. And then now the very hardest. Let me cover this up. For this one, none of my variables cancel. So I could choose which one to get rid of. If I want one of these x's to be negative, I got to make sure I times everything by -1 to keep it equivalent. And the beauty of that is when I multiply that top row by -1 and then rewrite that, now you could see my x's will cancel and I'm just solving for y. You could also, though, if you wanted to, make it so the y's cancel. So I would have maybe -3y right here, which means I would have to times everything in that top row by -3. And then if I rewrote that as -3x minus 3y equals -24, don't forget to times all three, then that would have my y's cancel and solve for x. My suggestion for this problem is to get rid of the x's. Make one of those x's negative. Pick a row and times that whole row by -1. And I'm talking triple distribute, timesing all three. When I do, that gives me -x minus 3y equals -2. Please, please, please take the time to rewrite these, because you will thank me later. Rewrite these. When I add those up, you can see that for this method, my x cancel, and I'm left with y minus 3y gives me -2y. Got to be good with your negatives. 8 minus 2 is 6. Divide by -2 will give me the y number, which is -3. Know that that is half of my coordinate. To find the x coordinate, I will have to take that y number and plug it into any of my y locations. Looks like that top one way easier. So here I go. Take that top one, where there's in y, I'm going to put -3, which will give me x minus 3. And then right there, to solve for x, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Will give me the x number, which is 11. And if I wanted to prove it to myself, plug them in. Plug in 11 here, minus 3. Does that give you 8? Yes, it does. That one worked. Plug in 11 here and -3 here. That gives you 11 minus 9. That one works as well. All right. Third word is cloudy. Cloudy. Good luck.